iPhone 5 versus 5S versus 6 versus 6S versus SE versus 7 versus iPhone 7 Plus, iOS 10.3 coming up right now. Let's go. So what is up, guys? This is Nick here from Everything Tech, help you to master your technology, and welcome to the iPhone 5 versus the 5S versus the 6 versus the 6S versus the SE versus 7 versus 7 Plus. So we basically got A6 chipset versus A7 chipset versus A8 chipset versus two A9 devices versus two A10 devices. So we're going to do a boot up test in this video. We're going to confirm that we are running iOS 10.3, the new Apple file system included within this update. And then we're going to do a time speed test for each one of these phones, and that'll wrap this video up for today. So let's begin with the boot up test. I'm going to have to go ahead and turn off the lights, and I'll flick the switch and we will all start up. Alright guys, you can see all devices are lined up ready to boot. A little bit of smudge action there on the iPhone 5. Let's give her a little bath. Let's go ahead and give her a bath. And let's start in 3, 2, and let's go. So you can see all of the devices are booting up now, and let's see which one gets there first. Remember, it's 5, 5S, 6. It's going ahead to be 6S, SE, 7, and 7 Plus. So the 7 rockets home first of all these devices, followed by the SE, the 7 Plus, the iPhone 6S Plus, the iPhone 6, and the old boys are lagging behind. So the point of this video is basically to show you how these devices are all now performing on iOS 10.3. Now the 5S, and we're still waiting on the old iPhone 5, which I did a video the other day. The iPhone 5 is dead. You might want to check that out. And now the iPhone 5. So all these devices are in iOS, and we're going to begin our timed speed test after we confirm iOS 10.3. Alright guys, so before we go any further, I do want to confirm that I am running 10.3 on all of these devices. So for the iPhone 5, I'm running iOS 10.3, you can see right there. Bringing in the iPhone 5S, iOS 10.3. Bringing in the iPhone 6, you can see iOS 10.3 right there. Bringing in the iPhone 6S Plus, iOS 10.3 right there for to get into focus. iOS 10.3 right there for the 6S Plus. You can see here for the Apple iPhone SE. I'm actually cheating a little bit on the SE. I'm running 10.3.2, but hey, it's pretty much no improvements there, so this test is still fair no matter that it's on 10.3.2 or not. 10.3 here for the iPhone 7, and you can go over here to the iPhone 7 Plus and you can see iOS 10.3. So let's get on with our speed test now. Alright guys, so you can see I have all these devices lined up and they all have the same exact app lineup. It's not a very long list, but we want to get through the speed test just to see how they perform. And I do have a Samsung Galaxy S7 here, and I'm going to go ahead and time the video here with that phone. So here is the iPhone 5. You can see everything is closed out now on the iPhone 5, and we're going to go ahead and start this test. Let me go ahead and stop that, accidentally hit that, reset that in 3, 2, and let's go. You can see App Store, Instagram, wait for that to load, and all are connected for the same Wi-Fi network. Twitter, and Twitter is taking a while to load. And remember, this is not a fully scientific speed test. This is just roughly about what it's going to be, because we don't like to do those overly technical speed tests. We like to do real world stuff around here just to see how the performance is in the real world. So you can see there it goes Amazon. Let's go to YouTube. So you can see the iPhone 5 does get pretty slow here when it comes to third-party apps, and I made sure that we're doing apps that do take some time to load rather than applications that are just, you know, system based. So you can see we're already closing in on 41 seconds there for the iPhone 5. Coming out of there, let's go into Lightroom, and you can see these apps are just pretty slow. So if you're not into the iPhone 5, you might want to just skip through this section of the video. Appy Geek, closing in on 55 seconds there for the S7. And still waiting, and boom, let's go into Uber. So it'll speed up much more once we get into the next phones. You can see Uber come out of there. Let's go into Subway Surfers. And Still waiting. So the iPhone 5 not too good here on iOS 10.3. So if you're thinking about updating to iOS 10.3 for the iPhone 5, you might want to skip this one out, to be honest with you. So finally, are we able to play yet? Nope, still not able to play. Now we're able to play. Let's go into Temple Run. And you could see Temple Run, there goes Temple Run. So we're gonna stop it at 142.74 here for the iPhone 5. So not the best score in the world, but let's get on to the 5S. All right, next up is the iPhone 5S. Let's go ahead and start this test here. And you can see everything is closed out there in 3, 2, let's go. You can see the App Store. Come out of there, let's go on Instagram. Let's come out of there, let's go on Twitter. And the iPhone 5S should beat the 5. I don't know about how much though. Let's come out of there, let's go into eBay. Probably a good chunk because 10.3 is better optimized for 64-bit devices. So closing it on 20 seconds, the iPhone 5S is looking better than it did on the iPhone 5. 25 seconds, we're into YouTube here. And let's come out of there, let's go into 9 to 5 Mac. And you could see, let's go into Apple Store. And you could see Apple Store should be open in a second here. And there we go. Let's go into Lightroom. 41 seconds here so far on the iPhone 5S as it opens up Lightroom. Let's go into Appy Geek. This is where the iPhone 5 really struggled in this Appy Geek test. So the 5S opens that much quicker. Let's go to Uber. And you could see, closing in on 55 seconds. Let's go into Subway Surfers. So the iPhone 5S should be a good 30 to 40 seconds faster than the iPhone 5 based on this test, unless it really goes slow here in these games. So it doesn't look like it though. So you can see iPhone. And finally we are in. Let's go into Temple Run and let's stop this test after Temple Run loads. And boom, that's the iPhone 5S. So the iPhone 5S comes in at 122.39. All right guys, iPhone 6, iOS 10.3. Let's begin the test in 3, 2, let's go. App Store. And you can see App Store. Let's go into Instagram. Missed the tap there, so we could shave a second off at the end. Let's go into Twitter. And come on, Twitter. There we go. Let's go into eBay. Sweet. Let's go into Amazon. So the iPhone 5S finished at 122. So Amazon opens there. Let's go into YouTube. So can the iPhone 6 and its A8 chip beat the iPhone 5S? It should. There it goes. Let's go into App Store or Apple Store. And that should open any second now. Boom, and it does. It looks a little bit speedier than the iPhone 5S, to be honest. Remember, we got to shave a second off because I missed the tap on the second app up there. Lightroom. Let's go into Appy Geek. And it might be right there with the iPhone 5S. Let's go into Uber. And boom, let's go into Subway Surfers. And the iPhone 6 should load this a little bit quicker. Or will it not? Or will it not? See what happens there. Boom, we are in. Let's go into Temple Run. And this should cap it off here. And we're gonna stop it there at 1 minute and 24 seconds. Remember, we gotta shave a second or two off of this to make it fair with the iPhone 5S because I missed a tap on Instagram. So that's the final score for the iPhone 6, 124.80. All right guys, iPhone 6s Plus. Now I am putting the iPhone 6s Plus on the table because it's a large phone. I don't want to drop it. So let's begin the test in 3, 2, and let's go. See App Store, Instagram, coming out of there, Twitter. And you could see Twitter opens. Let's go into eBay. And you can see this A9 is really where Apple started stepping it up in the CPU department as of late. Let's go into YouTube. A9, 2 gigs of RAM here. Let's come out of there. Let's go into 9 to 5 Mac. Let's come out of there. Let's go into the Apple Store. And this is why people say a lot of times you should get at least a 6S or an SE because of this rocket speed of the iPhone with the A9 chip and above. You can see Uber, and you can see right here Subway Surfers. And Subway Surfers should load up really quickly here. There it goes, Temple Run. And let's come out of there, and you can see stop 47.81 for the iPhone 6s Plus. Next up is the iPhone SE. So let's go ahead and start this test here for the Apple iPhone SE in 3, 2, and let's go. App Store. Boom, let's go into Instagram. Boom, let's go into Twitter. And boom, let's go into eBay. Boom, let's go into Amazon. Boom, let's go into YouTube. Man, this phone is fast. Let's go into 9 to 5 Mac. I could just imagine the SE with the capacitive touch key even quicker. Let's go into Lightroom. Going home, let's go into Appy Geek. Coming home, let's go into Uber. Coming home, let's go into Subway Surfers. And it should load it up about the same. And let's see, boom, let's go into Temple Run. And Temple Run has loaded. So the SE finishes at 46.56, the lowest score yet. Alright guys, so again with the iPhone 7, I am going to leave the phone on the table while I perform this test. So iPhone 7, let's go. App Store, Instagram, Twitter. Wow, this is rocketing right through. Let's go into eBay. Come out of there, let's go to Amazon. Let's come out of there, let's go to YouTube. Come out of there, let's go into 9 to 5 Mac. Come out of there, let's go into App Store. Might have to shave a second off for 9 to 5 Mac. Let's go into Lightroom. Let's go into Appy Geek. Let's go into Uber. Boom, let's go into Subway Surfers. This should rocket right through this too as well. And boom, let's go into Temple Run. And done. So the iPhone 7 finishes at 43.88, so the best score yet on any of these iPhones. Alright guys, so here is the 7 Plus, the most powerful iPhone of all of them here on the table. And like I say, I'm going to have this on the table because it's a larger iPhone. This has 3 gigs of RAM. According to paper, it's the most powerful iPhone. Let's find out though. 3, 2, and let's go. App Store, Instagram, Twitter. Come on, Twitter. Let's go into eBay. Come out of there, let's go to Amazon. Come out of there, let's go to YouTube. Missed the YouTube tap, so I'm shaving a second off that final time. Let's go into 9 to 5 Mac. Come out of there, let's go into App Store, Apple Store. Let's come out of there, let's go into Lightroom. Come out of there, let's go into Appy Geek. Come out of there, let's go to Uber. Come out of there, let's go to Subway Surfers. And let's shoot through Subway Surfers. Boom, let's come out of there, let's go to Temple Run. And done at 40, it was 45, it was about 45.53. So I'm gonna shave a second off 45.53. I missed the stopwatch there, but it was about 45.53 on the iPhone 7 Plus. So that pretty much wraps this iPhone showdown up of iOS 10.3 with the intentions to show you where the performance is at on pretty much all the iPhones dating back to the A6 chipset. Now below your iPhone, you should now see the scores, final scores for each iPhone. Locate your iPhone and you can go ahead and compare them to see how they perform in the real world. Like I say, this was not a scientific test. This was more of a real world test. Just a little bit off here and there in terms of the numbers, but it's pretty close nonetheless. And this should give you a good indicator of how each iPhone performs day-to-day tasks. Now, this wasn't intensive or nothing like this. This was just your day-to-day apps. So anyway, that pretty much wraps this one up. If you guys enjoyed this video, do me a favor, click the like button for me, subscribe to the channel for more technology videos like this. Nick here, help you to master your technology. Be sure to be well, and peace.